Hello, fellow residents of Tamriel. It is the Beeve, and we are back with another updated stamina build here. This is our Stamina Templar build that we had posted a couple weeks back. This is now on the Update 41 servers on the console on PS5, North American. The build, we are using an Orc, and we are also using our Thief Mundus Stone. We are using our Lavafoot Soup and Saltrice. And we have all 64 points into our stamina. This build may be able to work with Lavafoot or without the Lavafoot. The uh, Dubious Camoran Throne should still be able to work with this to give yourself a little less stamina, a little less recovery, but give you some health. The Bewitched Sugar Skulls may work with this. I haven't tested it yet, to be completely honest, but there's a good possibility the Bewitched Sugar Skulls can work with this build also. When we fully buff ourselves, we are looking at 1200 maximum magicka, 19 or 12,000 maximum magicka, 19,000 maximum health, 29,000 maximum stamina, 1905 recovery. Our resistances sit at 21,000 apiece. Our weapon damage sits at 5937. Our critical sits at 50.4, and our physical penetration is always low. Champion points. I'm sorry, not champion points yet. We got to go over what we're wearing, which obviously never changes at this point because this is what works with all our stamina tunes so far, uh, for simplicity at least. We are backbarring the Maelstrom's Perfected Greatsword with weapon and spell damage enchantment and an infused trait. If you don't have the perfected version of this, the non-perfected works just the same. So the only thing the perfected version adds is 1190 offensive penetration, which isn't really huge, to be honest with you. Front bar, we are using two Aegis Collar daggers. The main hand is Nirnhoned with flame damage. The offhand is charged with poison damage. We are using Aegis Collar amulet and rings. This is all in Bloodthirsty and all with weapon and spell damage enchantments. The Aegis Collar set is a medium armor set that is found in Unhallowed Grave Dungeon. As always, as well, Zaun Mask and Shoulders. These should be light. They are heavy right now, but you want these in light. um, the mask can be found in Vet Scale Collar Peak Dungeon for completing the dungeon, and the shoulders can be purchased from the DLC Orc Lady, Undaunted Lady, for keys. Our 5-piece body set is the Reliquins, the medium armor set out of the Cloud Resh trial. This is not the perfected version. The perfected version adds another 1,031 maximum stamina, which is nice to have, but it's not groundbreaking for the build whatsoever. So if you don't have the ability to get Reliquins, the perfected Reliquins, it's not that big of a deal. All of our body pieces are in Divines with maximum stamina enchants. Now, as always, with the Reliquins, it does require you to be very good with your light attack weaving. To keep the stacks up on that so the damage is constantly going off. If you are not very good with light attack weaving, you can always go with Ansel's Torment out of Veterans or out of the Trial Sanity's Edge, or you can go with Coral Riptide out of the Dreadsail Reef dungeon. Um, Non-perfected versions or perfected versions of them are very similar still, just like the Reliquins perfected and non-perfected are. So it's definitely not a game breaker to not have the perfected versions of it. If you don't have access to trials, you can always trade the Reliquins out for Pillars of Nirn right here. Pillars of Nirn will not get you as much damage as the Reliquins, but it is still more than enough damage to complete any 4-man content, and you'll be doing enough damage that you'll at least be able to go in and help on like the normal Cloud Rest or normal Sanity's Edge or normal Dreadsail Reef, so that you can collect the pieces of the Reliquins or the Coral Riptide or the Ansel's Torment that you want. So you can always change these out for. You can always, yeah, a nice little starter set is, you can use the Pillars of Nirn here, and the Pillars of Nirn is a medium armor set that is found in the Falkreath Hold dungeon. Any dungeon gear can be farmed on normal and then just upgraded. So you can start off with Aegis Collar. You can add the Pillars and Urn to it, give yourself the ability to actually do some really good damage, and then you can move into harder content and start getting your Reliquins and whatnot also. So our champion point tree, red and green, do as you like. Blue tree, you want to make sure you have all the passives that you can get filled in after, of course, you have slotted 4 good slottable trees here. The ones that we go with are the Wrathful Strikes, the Deadly Aim, the Master at Arms, and I am using Untamed Aggression. We probably could go with Fighting Finesse right here just to get that extra 8% critical damage. The Templar itself has built in crit just from being Templar, so actually you might be at crit cap, so I'd have to look it up on the PTS and see where my percentage is with it. So, but right now I am using Untamed Aggression. Obviously, you can change that out for like Exploiter if you got a good amount of off balance being provided to you in the group. Weapons Expert just to do more light and heavy attack damage. Uh, Couple different options that you can go with. I mean, you could even do Thaumaturge or Biting Aura as well to buff some of the other abilities that we're doing. But the the combinations are endless, but you just want to make sure you have at least any of those 4 slotted, and then you can make sure after that that you're filling in all your extra passive slots that you can fill in here. Skills, we are using Stampede. This is the ability that triggers our Maelstrom weapon. We are using Ritual of Retribution. We are using Solar Barrage. We have Restoring Focus on right here. This is if you have trouble sustaining, this can help you sustain, and this is also going to provide you major resolve in the grand scheme of things as well. Repentance, this is just after you've cleared ads or whatnot, you can hit this and gain back 3,000 health and 3,000 stamina for each corpse that you consume while after a fight's over. And while slotted, you do get minor fortitude, endurance, and intellect for your health, stamina, and magicka recoveries increases by 15%. Crescent Sweep, we're using this right here. This is kind of like a trash mob ultimate right here. You swing your spear around, it hits everything, it does more damage to everything in its path. It's only 71 ultimate to cost, so it's cheap, and you can basically go almost room to room, knocking things with this. On our front bar, we are running Barb Trap. We are running Rapid Strikes as always, because this is our damage producer right here. We are running Rending Slashes for the Yeah, the extra, little bit extra bleed damage over time, the extra chance to provide hemorrhaging. The initial hit applies hemorrhaging. The initial hit from barbed trap applies hemorrhaging. So all these things added together give us the opportunity to to be able to get, you know, one, two, and sometimes even three stacks on that hemorrhaging status effect. So it's doing as much damage as possible. Right here, this is a flex spot, but I love having the biting jabs right here. This makes you a little bit more useful with a build like this in trash packs and ad packs. The biting jabs itself does not, it doesn't perform as well as the rapid strikes, unfortunately. But you know, this thing's ability to hit one thing and then ever damage enemies close to it for still a decent amount as well. Plus, you know, it's happening with each hit. It is it's a nice little ability to help the clear the trash mobs and whatnot, and you don't have to be so single target focused with rapid strikes, just taking one thing down at a time. So, having the biting jabs right here for me at least makes sense. We are running Camouflage Hunter for the Major Savagery and Prophecy for our spell weapon and spell critical rating. This will provide you also with Minor Berserk if you deal critical damage from a flank. Most most healers are going to give you I'm going to be providing Minor Berserk with your uh, with their combat prayer, but I still like this here because, you know, when I pair this, when I have this here and I have the barb trap here and the ultimate that I use, the Flawless Dawnbreaker, you get 9% more weapon and spell damage on this front bar because of the Slayer passive in the Fighters Guild line. This Flawless Dawnbreaker is a nice damage dealing ability. It does damage up front, it does damage over time, but it also provides you with 300 weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds after activating it, and that's nice just to keep damage up also. The rotation for this build is pretty simple. I'm going to try to run in and hit things with my trap instantly and bar swap. Then we're going to stampede, we're going to ritual, we're going to solar barrage, and depending on, you know, depending on if you need extra resistances or more recovery, you can activate restoring focus each rotation, or you can just activate it when needed, but it's always right here in case you need it. So, but to start over, it is going to be, I'm going to run in, lay down my trap, then I'm going to stampede, I'm going to ritual, and then I'm going to solar barrage. I'm going to bar swap, I'm going to hit my rending slashes, and then I am going to spam rapid strikes until I see the that the stampede has ran off on the front bar. After I see that stampede has fallen off completely, I'm going to go another one or two rapid strikes. I'm going to lay down my trap and bar swap and start all over. So it's pretty simple. There's a lot of just spamability to it. So let's show you this rotation right quick, and then at the end of this video, as always, I will be adding a parse video for the big dummy right there. Uh, that one hit 105, if I'm not mistaken. It was 105k with this build and the rotation that I'm about to show you. But trap, bar swap, stampede, ritual, solar barrage, rending slash. I'm gonna drop my ultimate, and here we go, just spamming rapid strikes. Drop ultimates on cooldown. Now we're just gonna push right through, clear through execute. So the rotation is very simple, as you can see right there. That hit 43,021 with only a with only 700 penetration. You know, when you add in pierce armor from your tank or whatnot, and 4-man contempt just self-buffed, you're going to be hitting 50k with this, and probably higher even. But 105k on the big trial Atronach. I just hit 43k there with only 700 penetration. This build hits very well. It hits quick. It hits hard. You have the ability to be more trash mob focused with your spear here. You have the ability to give yourself more resources, give yourself a heal while you're standing in this, and give yourself back yeah, I said resources. Give yourself back stamina. And heal yourself like I said, and give yourself a major resolve for your resistances to make you a little hardier as well. Uh, I think that's really all I got for you guys. I'm trying to keep these as simple as possible. There's not a whole lot of change to them anymore, so I'm not trying to take up too much of your time and make these videos take forever. So thank you if you tuned in. Once again, I appreciate it greatly. If you like the video, please give it a like. Please give us a subscribe. That'd be really cool if you would do that. And as always, guys, thank you very much. Happy adventuring.